What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Steve from Pltr Gang Investments, back with another video. And in today's video, man, Palantir basically went back to all-time highs yesterday, and we got earnings on Monday. We got a lot to talk about. As the time is recording, we back at all-time highs. Y'all know I took like $2 grand out to start my business, but other than that, we back at all-time highs. We up 52% on the year, 7,600 on the year. For all my people that say we don't show all time, you know what I'm saying? We up $20,480 all time, and we crossed the threshold. You know, last year I was telling you our account came from 700. After we took out them $2 grand, it ain't nothing but house money in this account. It's like this account come from negative 1,300, less than zero. But let's get into these positions. So as the time is recording, we got 19.5, 19.6 in here. We're gonna start with the Palantir position, man. Palantir is going crazy. We bought a share today, so you know we still in the process of replacing those 20 shares we sold at 90 to buy some of these call options we bought, which was a good bet, you feel me? But you know what I'm saying, we still sold 20 shares. We try and get those back, so we done bought like 4 or 5 of them. We keep making gains. We gonna keep doing them back. And I know normally if you watch this channel, normally I roll my calls. If you've been watching this channel for the long term, I haven't really let calls get this high in a little minute. It's probably been the first run when I started letting calls get 200%, 300%, 1,000%. Check some of my old videos. But Palantir, man, this earnings right here, I'm very confident in Alex Carp. I actually, all my friends know I predicted this. Not me alone, but the research I was doing was pointing to way back in 2023. I was telling my friends Palantir is going to take off, and Palantir is going to start taking off in summer of 2024, and they're gonna do that at least 4 quarters in a row. We done did that 3 quarters in a row. This is the 4th quarter. Now the only thing that I'm worried about with Palantir is if Trump has done so much that they're not able to issue guidance. That'll be the only thing that would mess us up. But other than that, I'm confident in Alex Carp. The macro environment is decent for now. They're talking trade deals, so you know that's the best we could hope for. It could be better, but you know, for everybody who stayed down, everybody who bought the dip, you're being rewarded. Everybody who wasn't scared, everybody who wasn't saying, oh, I'm gonna wait for it to fall lower. Don't ever wait for it to fall lower, just buy it. But let's go through these positions. So I had a call I was up like 300% on. I sold for like 500 bucks. And I bought this YOLO call, this $80 call that said we're going to 162 by May 9th. I don't care if that one goes to 0, but we had to have a little fun, you know what I'm saying? The rest of the calls, we got this $185 call, 32%, September 25th, 62%. Those are the ones we rolled. Now, the ones we holding are up between 70 and 287%, man. So the put is down 98%. I love it. And we gonna see what happens on Monday with Palantir, man. Tesla. Got a Tesla call. We up 35% on the Tesla call. We only down 9% on the Tesla shares. So we starting to bounce back. All that dip buying on Tesla starting to pay off. We starting to have over $1,000 worth of Tesla. Got $1,083 worth of the SPY. Dip buying on the SPY starting to pay off. Vistra didn't get a chance to add to it. Walmart didn't get to do what I wanted to do with it, but I still like the position. Oklo, man. I chose Oklo as my risky play, you know, during this crash, and I'm not mad at it, but some of the other risky play, maybe I should have stuck with like a SoundHound or Orchard for my risky play, but we still in Oklo. I'm still watching it. Nuclear energy is going to be a big thing, but I've been listening to a lot of my finance junkie partners. They telling me Venture Global, so you know, we going to be looking at Venture Global soon. We'll be doing some more DD, you know what I'm saying? We might get some money there. Nvidia put at 95% down, thank God, 95% down now. You know, if Nvidia crash, go to that 80, they still got to pay us, but don't look like that's happening. We got our Nvidia shares. We back up on Nvidia just a little bit, 723 bucks worth of Nvidia. MicroStrategy, man, didn't get a chance to do what I need to do with MicroStrategy, but they finally bounced back. So anyone who was loading up on that MicroStrategy being rewarded, I think at one point they was down 40%. So if you bought a dip, you ate. Meta's down. JP Morgan, man. JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs, man. Even though those aren't tech plays, man, I wish I had bought some options on those. I wish I had more money to buy those because I did those great. I think that was like the lows of the day I bought those. JP Morgan, we up 11% on. Goldman Sachs, we up 21% on. IBM about to go flat again. IBIT's back green. Robinhood's green. This Robinhood call been doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? Robinhood's struggling a little bit. Maybe I should have took the gains. We'll see. Grab. Should have bought more Grab calls. Grab has bounced back on me. Google and Amazon, you know, still down. Not mad at it. Amazon didn't report what we wanted to hear on the street. Same with Apple. So they got hit up a little, and Advanced Auto Parts left for dead. But, you know, as far as the portfolio, like I say, we back at all-time highs. If Palantir beats this earnings on Monday, we going through the stratosphere. I heard one of my subscribers say they need shareholder freestyle, so you know we finna do that too. I got it coming. But let's look at some of these charts. Let's look at some of these stocks, and we'll get y'all up out of here. Let's see. So yesterday, man, QQQ was up 1.6. Well, that was the futures. The QQQ was up 1.48. Palantir was up 7%. Nvidia was up 2.5. Tesla was up 2.38. We got stock AMD was up 2. Supermicro was up 3. I gotta change my layout because I don't like this layout right here. All my stocks ain't at the right place. Apple was down 3.74 off reporting what they did not need to report on earnings. Kava was up. Coinbase was up. So it was mostly a green day. HIMS was up 12.89%. That's what I should have stuck with. I should have got out of Oklo, stuck with HIMS for my small cap play during the dip. They did their thing. I'm proud of them. Home Depot, Rocket Lab, even Quantum's back up. You know what I'm saying? IonQ was up 13%. I need to go find other Quantum plays, but yeah, everything's going back up. EMBIS back up. Let's see, what did Qubit do? Rigetti 16%, Qubit 14%. So, like I said, it was a bullish day. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we back in a full-blown bull market, but we found a temporary bottom. I don't know if the bottom's going to get worse, but we definitely found a temporary bottom, a week or two ago, and we hit that level. So, let's go through some charts and see what could happen next. Now, you know we got to start with Palantir. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to start with Palantir, even though the chart's kind of null and void because it's earnings on Monday, so that's all that matters. But you see what's going on in Palantir. You know what I'm saying? It's not technically all-time highs, but it's basically all-time highs. All-time highs 124.96. Close at 124.28. Basically all-time highs. If we break out on earnings, sky's the limit. If we fall on earnings, we probably going to get hit like 20%. So what's that? We'll probably be right back down at 100 or so. If it get real, maybe even the 90s. If that happens, y'all probably going to see me take some L's and buy more call options, because if they miss, it's probably going to be like a guidance thing, a macro thing. I seriously doubt they just going to miss EPS, grow slower. I seriously doubt that. You know, anything can happen. They can report anything, but I seriously doubt that. So, you know, we're going to be rocking with that. Now, non-earnings related pullback levels, we could go to 108 or 105. We got, what this is, previous week's high right here at 112, and this other level, what is it, previous month's high and previous day's low at like 120. So yeah, I look at those. I gotta see, do we report after close or pre-market? Anybody in the comments, if you already know, let me know. But that's what I'm looking for in Palantir. Like I said, it's all about earnings on Palantir. Let's get to this QQQ for you. So on this QQQ, that is a good sign. We finally broke above the 200 EMA and closed above it. I'm glad for that. Now, we do have our work cut out for us. We got a little small bearish order block up here. Then, I mean, yeah. Is that an order block? Nah, we got like a premium order block and a little fair value gap right there we got to overcome. Then we got multiple fair value gaps to the upside that we're going to need to overcome. If the macro's good, I think we could take these out because all these were caused by the macro. So as long as the macro is good, I feel like we could take these out and keep going. But we got to see what Trump's going to report. We got to see if we're going to get a deal with China. And that's where we at with QQQ and Nvidia. Let's look at Nvidia. So Nvidia is not out the woods yet. You know what I'm saying? They're not out the woods yet. They still got this fair value gap they got to deal with. Still below the 200 EMA. I said I need us to get to at least this 120, and I really need us to get higher than that. I need us to get out this whole range. I need us to get to like 122, 123. I need us to break above equilibrium and the 200, you know what I'm saying, for the full-blown bull trend. Until then, I'm looking at this whole 110, 108 to 113 area. I'm looking at this 105 area. I'm looking at this 103 to 100 area. For pullbacks, you know, if you want to buy some Nvidia, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not really in it for the call options unless they're like very long term, like 6 months, a year plus. But I definitely still like Nvidia as an investment. I'm still buying the shares. So that's where I'm at with that. But what I tell people, let this dip and let this crash, and the fear mongering people try to do. Like, I listened to so much bullshit during this crash. Everybody and their mama was running to safety. Everybody and their mama was talking about the world was over. Everybody and their mama was talking about dividends, index funds, which is cool, and I ain't got no problem with it if you're an index fund and a dividend investor. But when regular investors get scared and get to run into something they don't even do, that shows you it's the bottom. Tom Lee said a profound quote. I don't know if this is his first time saying it, but it's my first time hearing it. The market does not bottom on good news. Now, if you look at the bottom on these stocks and look what was going on that day, they was telling us the world was over that day. They was telling us recession was damn near guaranteed that day. And that was the day that you needed to buy. So, you know, this ain't my first crash, ain't my first dip. You know what I'm saying? This one of my first dips on camera, but this ain't even my first dip on camera. But I just want y'all to remain calm. You know what I'm saying? Stick to your positions. If it gets really bad, get out of all your, like, what's the word, non-profitable companies. Like, if you notice when this dip first crashed off, I abandoned ship on SoundHound. I abandoned ship on even Hims, which I shouldn't have, but I had made so much money off of it. But that's my thing. I'll abandon ship, even though Hims was profitable. That's why I said I probably shouldn't have did that. But like Quantum, things like that, anything you were doing that was risky, that had a bad balance sheet, that you were just in for the trade, we get out of it during these crashes. We load up on quality. And if I had some extra money, we could have started loading up on small caps and risk again once things started to turn around with Trump. But, you know, we already in Palantir, best performing stock of the year so far. But it's your boy Steve from Pltr Gang Investments. I'm going to see y'all next video. I'm going to go and try and drop this shareholder freestyle. I'm going to try and have it out before earnings. But if I don't have it out before earnings, I'm going to have it on like the day of, day after, either one. It's on the way. And I got more content coming from you. I'm gonna start using AI to do some content, or I might do some AI related content. I'm gonna start using the AI skills that I've been taking a break to learn on this channel. And it's your boy Steve from Pltr Gang Investments. I'm gonna see y'all soon.